Hey YouTube, hey guys, how you doing this evening? I already got the camera set up, or actually it's not a camera, I'm just using my phone till I get used to making videos and stuff for you guys. Till about my birthday in March, my wife's going to get a camera. I get used to making these videos. I'm kind of camera shy, but I'm getting more used to it. But figured I'd come home this evening and it was cold. And my wife had to work late this evening, so I come out and turned the heat on and let it warm up while I was eating supper. Figured I would piddle with this saw a little bit. The story on this is it's a Ms290 Stihl. A buddy of mine had been fooling with it. It quit running on him. He took it to the saw shop, brought it back. And he used it. He don't use it enough really to keep it running good. The gas kept getting old and gumming up the carburetor. But anyway, he went to get it out to saw with it after he got it back from the saw shop. He used it and it was spitting and sputtering and carrying on. He took it all apart and decided the coil was bad, which it wasn't. And he got aggravated, threw it all back together, and went to the saw shop and bought a saw. He bought a new one. He had this one, and I went to do some work on a buddy of mine's dump truck, and he pulled in and had this in the back of his pickup truck and said he was going to throw it away or just scrap it. And I told him not to do that, that I'd buy it, and he said no, I could just have it. Well, when I got it about a week and a half ago, he had just thrown it all back together, and he just bolted the carburetor back on. He didn't hook no fuel lines, the intake, or anything up. The little rubber boot for the intake was all shoved down on the inside. So I got it, put it all back together, and cranked it a couple times, and it wasn't firing hot enough. And he had been fooling with the mag too, or electronic ignition, whatever you want to call it. He had the gap too wide on it, and it wasn't firing hot enough. So I put it all back together, cranked it like twice, and it fired up. And I've used it around here. I trimmed a tree out back, and it's still starving for gas a little bit. I'm going to take the carburetor. I've never had the carburetor completely apart on it. I just hooked it all back up just to see if it would run. And I checked the compression and stuff. It's got 150 some pound of compression. I can't remember now, but it was over 150. So I mean, I took the muffler off and looked down at it. The cylinder's not all scored up or nothing, so it's got plenty of compression and stuff to run. So I'm going to go ahead and take the carburetor off tonight and see if it's diaphragm and stuff's bad in it or whatever, if it's just got a bunch of old gummed up gas in it. But I figured for a free saw, it's worth spending a little money on. Finally got cold here in Kentucky the last couple of days. It's like 29 or 30 right now, I think. I'm not sure how cold it was this morning, but it was pretty chilly when I left for work. And I was bored this evening when I came in, so I figured I'd come out and try to make a video. I haven't been doing so good on making videos, so I figured I'd at least try to make one tonight. And he had been monkeying with the pull rope on it and didn't have the spring tight enough, and every time you pulled it, the cord would stick out, and you'd have to stick a screwdriver in there and wind the rope back up. So I took it off the other day and put more tension on it. And he lost a couple screws. I gotta stop over when I get a kit for it and for the carburetor if it needs one, and get some more screws for the cover. I'm not sure how old the saw is, but he hasn't used it a whole lot. He just trims a little bit around these farm and trees fall. He mostly hauled it around on the four-wheeler in the back of a gator and beat and banged it up, but other than that, it's pretty good shape. kind of like watching everybody else's videos on YouTube, and I've been trying to get into making some, but like I said, I haven't got a camera or nothing. I'm still making them on my iPhone, so I'm keeping them kind of short so they're easy to download, and I haven't really monkeyed with them yet. I know you can edit some on the phone, but I really haven't tried. I'm going to start trying to do more as far as editing and stuff. And another thing that was missing, this is what he had on it for a vent. He didn't put the little, I'm not sure what it's called, but the piece that goes on the end of your vent hose, like a one-way valve, lets air in but don't let the gas out. Now when you're cutting and you hold it wide open, it blows gas out the vent, so I go get one of those too. I don't know why he didn't just take it back to the saw shop or have somebody fix it for him instead of just buying one. But he's got more money than he's got sense sometimes, I think. He didn't have, like I say, he just throwed it back together. He didn't have anything hooked up on it. I was hoping that he didn't lose any parts or anything. Luckily, everything was still here. I'm going to go ahead and take the bar and chain off of it. I want to clean it up. It's full of sawdust and stuff. I really never cleaned much on that side of it. The chain was pretty loose, so I just tightened the chain up and trimmed that tree up back just to see how well it did try to run and stuff, which I know it should run pretty decent. Like I said, it had good compression and stuff. But you never know, he lets his son, some of his hired help, use it too when he had it. You never know if they had the oil and stuff mixed right for it. You see, it's just, he never cleaned it much or anything. He kind of hard on his stuff. This sprocket looks pretty decent on it. It don't look like it's, I don't know how well you can see off the iPhone, but it don't look like it's showing too much wear. You can see he beat and banged it up. Throwed the chain off of it a few times. Hope this video don't get too long for you guys. Just piddling around like I said, but we'll see how one does when it gets a little longer on this iPhone. The longest I ever made one was the other day. It was like 7-8 minutes, something like that. I'd really like to like I said, get a camera and try to get into this a little better where I could set it up in the shop and stuff. Wouldn't have to worry about if you could see it or not when I was trying to do stuff. Diaphragm looks alright, doesn't it? I can get it off without tearing it up. I may have to just go ahead and get a kit for it while I got it apart. They're not that expensive, so I'm sure he's had it apart a couple times. Probably better if I just go ahead and throw a carb kit in it. Doesn't look like, except for where it ripped off around the corners, but as far as the diaphragm, I think it may have a hole in it. Get some better light so I can see. I think it does. I don't know if you can, if I can hold it here to show you. Maybe just a piece of dirt. No, it was just a piece of dirt, sorry. Thought I had a hole in it the way I was looking at it. But like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and get one anyway. Well, I was just goofing off, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn you off and turn the heat back on in here. It's starting to get a little cool. You guys have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Subscribing.